Had a good week of practice. Excited to get down to Omaha for first round of playoffs and brand new season, second season. Everybody starts at zero, and our guys are excited about it.
You guys have kind of known you need to win this tournament for a couple weeks now. What's it like to finally be here playing playoff games?
Yeah, I think our backs are up against the wall here. I think down the stretch here, trying to scratch and claw and fight, and I think our guys have done a pretty good job of, like I said, trying to stay in the race, and now knowing that obviously at the end of the day that we have to win the quarterfinal round and the frozen face-off to get into the NCAA tournament is our I guess our path right now. And I think at the end of the day is not getting consumed about the semifinals and the finals, but making sure that the quarterfinals is our focus. And like I said, I thought we did a good job a couple of years ago going into Omaha and winning a series on the road.
What do you remember from that series?
Yeah, I think it was playoff hockey. It was fast paced. It was tight checking. It was good playoff hockey. And at the end of the day, the one thing is we came out on the losing end on Friday, came back on Saturday to win a game. And I thought our best game was the third game. I thought we were very, very strong in that third game with conviction. And again, like I said, you never want to get into that situation of trying to win the last two games. Our focus is trying to win that first game and then dealing with Saturday after that.
How do you assess Jake Livanovich's season?
Yeah, I think he's taken another step as a young defenseman. It's I know this is the toughest league in college hockey as far as for a defenseman for sure. Especially as a young guy coming in, he did a really good job, and he's really taken his game to another level here, both offensively and defensively here. And I think what goes into it too is the minutes that he plays. We were decimated with Bennett Zamolik being out early in the season, puts more strain on him and a guy like Abram Weeb, and it hasn't affected his play. Like he absolutely invites more ice time and more competitive situations. And again, I think he did a really good job this year, and I know he's going to be really excited about the playoffs as well.
About Sasha, he just was named to the all-rookie team. What's your assessment in Sasha's season?
Yeah, it's exciting to watch his growth and development as a true freshman coming in here, and I thought he had a really good start. He was a key part of our success down the last part of the first half into December when we were decimated with a lot of key injuries up front. And then, now he's taken his game to another level here in the second half. And, like I said, I remember, and again, you never ever want to try to compare players because they're all different. But I remember Jonathan Taves came in here, and he had an okay start, and then he just exponentially accelerated in the second half here. And I think Sasha had a really good first half, and he's having an outstanding second half here that he's kind of taking that similar path.
Power plays are at an all-time low in the NCHC right now. Does that add emphasis to scoring when you have your chances, to being able to score 5-on-5?
Yeah.
What's your impression of that?
I think a little bit of everything on that. Let's go to 5-on-5. I think, if we're not, if the penalties aren't being handed out as far as getting 4 or 5 power plays a game, then obviously it puts you in a situation where 5-on-5 play becomes, a place where you have to score more or try to generate more offense, right? And again, I think we've been doing an okay job at that. But at the end of the day, you're right. When you only get 1 or 2 power plays, you got to make sure that you at least try to score one, or at least try to get momentum, and then if not, score a goal on that situation. And I think part of that goes into, we know the standard right now as far as, it takes a lot to draw a penalty, but I think what we have to do is make sure that we play the way that we have to draw more penalties, right? At the end of the day, if we're in the offensive zone of making it hard for them to take the puck away from us, making it a situation where we're in a scoring area and they got to drag you down or nullify you of scoring a goal. So I think there's a little bit of, standard is tough to draw up and get a penalty, but we have to make it tougher on the officials to make them call penalties as well.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Is it the standard maybe is not as high to get a power play, or do you think teams are being more disciplined this year?
You know what? That's a great question. And again, I watch a ton of video, and I think my message to Mike Schmidt all the time, and I think he's doing a really good job, is I get it, right? You want to let the players play and decide it, but anything in the offensive zone, scoring areas, like when you're nullifying somebody, that's a penalty. Stick on the hands, hook, slash. inhibiting scoring chances and goals scored, that's where you got to call those penalties. And I think a lot of times it does, but sometimes it doesn't. And at the end of the day, I think what you just got to keep doing the same things to give yourself a chance to score goals 5-on-5, but hopefully draw a penalty and make it harder on the officials to call them, make that call.
Does it make your preparation easier for a series like this, seeing them last weekend?
Yeah, I don't know about easier. I think it's a situation where, we know who we're playing against because we just played 2 games fresh off of last weekend. But, I think capitalizing on accentuating the things that we do well, but also working on the things that got away from us on Saturday night. And I alluded to that post game on Saturday, what happened. And our guys did a good job this week of preparing. So, yeah, I think it's a situation where we know who we're playing against because we're freshly played them this past weekend and knowing, what we need to do to have success here as a hockey team.
Is there anyone you're hoping to get back for the series?
I think everybody's back in the lineup. I know Jake Schmaltz left for a little bit on Friday. He played Saturday. He's fine. Jaden Perron's back. Caleb McDonald's back. Yep, Caleb McDonald is back at practice, and he'll be playing. And then EJ Emery is day-to-day. He's getting close, and he's day-to-day. That's going to be a decision we get later on in the week here as far as, if he's available to play or not. But other than that, we got the 2 long-term injuries in Caleb Johnson and Bennett Smolik. But other than that, we've got everybody available.
This is only the 4th time since 2000 that you guys haven't finished in the top half. Does that kind of add motivation to postseason success or just like almost proving yourself?
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, it's a tough league. We've finished on top a lot of times. This year we haven't, and I think it's a situation where wherever you're at right now, the main focus is trying to keep advancing in the playoffs and getting past the quarterfinals. And you look around the country last weekend, and there was a lot of road teams that ended up winning in the Big Ten and different places, going forward here. So, like I said, at the end of the day, very good teams are playing on the road in other leagues, and we're one of those teams, and we're going to find ways to get to where we need to go to try to get to St. Paul.
You almost have everyone back, like you just said. Are there any players that you kind of expect to step up this weekend or just in postseason play in general?
Well, I obviously, your top end offensive players, your best players have to be your best players in order to consistently win games. But the other thing is, it's seniors too as well. They're in our top forward mix, but they're also seniors, and they know that each and every game we play now, it's keep winning and move on, or lose and you're done your college career. So I think those guys come to the forefront as far as bringing their best. But I think all of our guys are going to bring their best, from goaltenders to defense to forwards out. I think I firmly believe we're going to bring our best.